Bring it, burn up. We're living overdrive. We're living overdrive.
Thumbelina, hello. Wolfwood, hello. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, Tarpy, Pods, Batters, and Dastros are here. What are you guys doing, my people? How are you?
I have no idea what's going on.
You won't want to.
My people, how are you? Welcome in. Oh, damn it, we're in ads. All right, we get 2 minutes. We'll be back. We'll start this in 2 minutes. Freaking ads.
Just say everything in 2 minutes.
Two minutes. Oh, my. Thank you for slapping this particular ass. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the show. Hello. Oh, my. Greetings, Warhammer. Madrox. Lizard. Let the lizards hit the floor. Let the lizards hit the floor. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the show. Hi, my name is DJ, and I'm new here. Another Power Rangers stream. Honestly, Oliver and I were playing Power Rangers earlier tonight. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Gilbert? How you doing?
A Scopely employee walks into a bar.
This is going to be good.
The bartender says, "What can I get you?" The employee breaks down crying and screams, "A decent arc." The bartender then replies, "Good news! The number 4 content creator is streaming. Ask him."
Number 4? Let's go! Number 4, thank you. Wait, am I quiet? I shouldn't be quiet. I'm redlining here. Everything seems to be good. Strange things. Strange times. Yeah, I'm in 4th place now. I'll take it. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Welcome into the show. Wait, so everybody is super quiet? Well, I had the music up a little bit louder. Matters, let's try again. Good evening. Matters is on the stage. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear me now?
I got you. Tarpy, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Daystros, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Putz, hello.
Hey, guys.
Hi. Benny Hill, hello. John, hello. Captain Flurry, hello. Madrox. And then Behringer said, "Hey, Scopely, hold my beer." What the hell? I moved the cricket button. Yeah. Anyway, that is indeed what happened today. Hello, John. Hello from Server 20. Oh my God, you're on 20. What was your alliance? What is your alliance? Sorry. What is your alliance? Or what was it? What is it? / was it? Oh my. Ponfar. Shout out Server 20. What's up, Ponfar? Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I see that. There is drama. There's drama happening over on the Rev Do show right now. I saw a little bit of that. I heard about it. I tuned in immediately. And to my absolute shock and surprise. Yeah, poor Fisty. Huge drama in VIP today. John says Star Trek Fleet Command is my alliance. You know what? You're a trooper there, buddy. You're a trooper. You're one for the ages. Plugster says, what did I miss? VIP is all drama today. All right? All kinds of drama. Things happening from start to finish. And it finished 15 minutes ago where the Admiral, I believe Bear was the Admiral, right? The Admiral of the number 1 ranked alliance in the entire Star Trek Fleet Command galaxy, all game servers, has nuked the number 1 alliance, IA. The Iron Armada alliance is no more. Now, what happened, as far as we can tell, Tarpy, what has happened is that all 105 members were removed from the alliance.
What?
All 105 members were removed from the alliance, and the alliance shell was deleted. It was disbanded by Behringer today. The number 1 ranked alliance in all of Star Trek Fleet Command. IA is nuked. The server Discord has been destroyed. It is gone. Deleted.
Wow.
Why? Well, that would probably have started about 9 hours ago. They are super peeved at Scopely, says Duke Vengeance. Dragon Keeper says it's thanks to Scopely. Questionable. I do think that there was obviously a major disagreement there. Major disagreement there. But But yeah, nonetheless, the number one alliance and a couple of the top 10, top 12 players have decided to leave. Lieutenant George says, Scopely screwed up. Moose says, my brain is blown. Otter says, questionable. Are we going to spin this? No, but I do think people are accountable for their own decisions. I understand if somebody wants to quit. I totally get that. I don't know if it was the right move to force 104 of your friends out into the cold. But that's what happened. And again, not my place to judge. I don't know what was going on. I'm just here to examine what actually happened today. All right. And Delisha says, when I left STFC, I chose not to go nuclear and blow everything up. And that was a choice. All right. Candid Onion says, sounds like there was a meeting and Scopely canceled it last minute. Again, I'm privy to nothing. I know nothing. All right. I have no idea what is actually happening. All right. Here is the only public announcement that I am aware of here today, and I'm going to read it to you now. We'd like to take a moment to recognize just how important the Voice of the Player sessions are to this community. For those who don't know, Voice of the Player was a voice chat phone call that happened in a Discord voice chat on the VIP server. All right. So like they just like we've got a voice chat, they had a voice chat, and they would get in there and they would talk about what's going on with the game and bugs and fixes. I mean, it's really no different than any other form of content that is made. We've got a voice chat, Tarpy. We talk about it. We've got a stage. We do that. We've got Twitch and YouTube and all this other stuff. Don't necessarily see how that type of content is any different. However, this was specifically limited to the members of VIP. All right. Now, we've all known for years and years that VIP has their own Discord. So VIP has their own community managers. They've got their own world that they live in. They've got dedicated customer service reps. They have their own community managers, about, well, more than one. All right, as in the general population who has Obsidian Hamster. So they've got their own game experience. All right, they've got their own game experience over there. And they also had a voice channel, and they hosted calls. I don't know how frequently those were. I hear that they were relatively frequently. And they called it Voice of the Player. And so today, an announcement was given that says we would like to take a moment to recognize how important Voice of the Player sessions are to this community, speaking to the VIP community. Your feedback, your time, and your willingness to engage, even on busy days, are what make these sessions and this community so impactful. We deeply appreciate the dedication you bring every time you show up and share your perspective. Looking ahead, which I thought was interesting grammar, looking ahead, we're taking a step back. Interesting choice of words. Looking ahead, we're taking a step back to revisit how we run these sessions. Our goal is to make them more structured, purposeful, and ultimately more effective. We want to ensure that what's discussed here doesn't just stay here, but is carried forward to the right teams in a way that can drive meaningful change in the game. As part of this, we will be making adjustments to the format, moderation, and frequency of these sessions. These updates are designed to create a more productive flow, ensure conversations remain respectful, and provide a safe space for all members of the community as well as Scopely's staff. We want Voice of the Player to continue being a forum where your voice is heard and where that voice can make a difference. End statement. Now, there's a lot to unpack there, Matters. Obviously, there are multiple members of this community that are members on VIP. Sometimes that stuff is shared. Sometimes we talk about that stuff, and other times we don't. All right, and I'm keeping. There's so much information kind of bouncing around the interwebs right now. Wolfwood says sounds like they're saying don't be jerks in chat. I don't think that was the case. I don't think that was the message. So Scopely wants constructive criticism. Well, they've always been relatively vocal on that front. And I mean, is that unnecessary? Is it unprofessional to remain professional, respectful, and courteous during your feedback sessions? However, that is what started this thing today. Earlier, looks like about 6.5 hours ago. Then, as a result, the voice channel where these calls were held was disappeared. It was unalived. All right. Rogue Salt says the NDA contract says you need to be positive, which is in itself a lie, Rogue Salt. All right. It does not say that, and I'd be more than happy to share mine, as I have said every single time that this comes up. All right. It comes up every single time there's a contract renewal. It simply says remain professional. As a matter of fact, they do specifically mention in that contract that they welcome constructive criticism. They welcome skepticism. They welcome the opinions of the content creators and moderators so that they can actually enact change if and when they so choose to do it. All right. However, there is a clause in there, Rogue Salt, that says don't be slanderous. Don't be abusive. Don't be horrible to humans. Okay. Be courteous, which is no, Danny doesn't say must show Scopely in a positive light. It simply says be a professional. How's that? Okay. It simply says be a professional. All right. Rogue Salt, I don't care what anybody else read. I know what I signed. It doesn't say that I have to lie to people, which is part of why I'm going to come on tonight, because I've gotten a ton of messages and DMs about stuff today. So knowing that I know absolutely very little about anything that's happening today, I'm going to come on and answer as many questions as I can, knowing that a lot of you guys probably have them about me. All right. So Tarpy, that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep an eye on the chat tonight, and we're going to answer as many questions as we can because there's not a format. All right. J-Babe says it shouldn't be difficult to be professional. Listen, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes I have to choose my words carefully. But that is not new to me nor this audience. I have said for many years that I pride myself on taking a different approach. People accuse me of being political, and that's one way to put it. I am political. I choose my battles. I negotiate. I work within the limits of what I know I can impact and change. And sometimes I'm successful, and sometimes I'm not. But I don't ever really go in with guns blazing and nukes deployed. I almost always go in from a perspective of conversation. I go in from a perspective of pros and cons. Here's what we can do. Here's how it can be better, and here's why it would be better. All right. Ben Sai says, I have a question. How do you even get into the VIP Discord? How much to spend? Can't tell you. I have asked to be a part of the VIP community for going on about 4 years and have been repeatedly told no, which is why I have absolutely no idea why anybody would think that I have anything to do with today's decision. All right. Shiz, you say it's a lot, but so I've heard, wouldn't know, but I have heard that there are free to play in there. So I have no idea. All right. I mean, I have been told whether or not it's accurate or not. Again, wouldn't know because I'm not there. All right. And admittedly, I have asked multiple times to be a part of that community.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Hey, Lost In. I've asked multiple times to be a part of that community, only simply to make myself and my content better, right? So that I can represent more players in the community and speak to more people in the community. And I have been repeatedly told no. I am not there. I have no voice there. I don't have anything at all to do with VIP or its programs or its moderators or its content creation or its community managers. Okay? Nothing. Zero. I appreciate that people think I do. I appreciate it. It's humbling, but I don't. Okay? Could be a who you know situation if there are free to play in there. Oh, I absolutely believe that that's the case. Okay. Dr. Juby says we've nominated DJs a lot. They just keep saying no. Well, that's the same thing they tell me, Juby. No. Plain and simple. All right. And Juby says there are free to play there. Matter says, did I even know Voice of the Player existed before today? I've heard of it. Yeah, absolutely, because there basically was a voice call, and from what I understand, it was relatively popular. I believe it was Nigel and Stony Dude who hosted it, and from what I've heard, there's been over 100 players in those calls almost every single time that they have it. All right, and listen, I am a fan of long-form radio. I probably would have enjoyed listening to it. I like talk radio. So I probably would have enjoyed hearing some of that stuff. Don't know what was discussed. Don't know what the conversations were. And I don't know in what way Scopely is reacting to the feedback. All right. I don't know in what capacity Scopely is responding to the safety of employees and the respect of employees there. I'm sure that somebody has felt a certain way based on the contents of that message. All right. Strider says 100 people on a Discord voice sounds terrible to moderate. Again, wouldn't know. All right. I don't know if it's a stage. I don't know if it's a free for all. I don't know. All right. I don't know if it's even if it's like a podcast style. If it's talk radio where Nigel and Stoney are the talk radio hosts and they take guests. Golly, we do the same thing, right? We do the exact same thing here on this stage. So I don't know. All right. Juby said it was typically an open call and very little people talking over each other. 99% of people were respectful. I can see that being a problem if 1% of them were not. All right. There has to be moderation there to prevent things like that. All right. That being said, I don't know. Couldn't tell you because I know very little about it. I've never been able to hear it. J-Babe says it was very interesting. A lot of people on this stage have actually heard it. George says, hashtag free Nigel. I'm presuming that you're a member of VIP and you've heard these things. All right. Shark Bite says very close to Talking Trek and even After Party, where it's just community roundtable. And you know what? I'm not opposed to anything like that. I've encouraged our support team. I've encouraged our showcast in my absence to do their own content whenever and however they feel like doing it. All right. So I am certainly always a fan of that style of conversation. I'm always a fan of that style of content and support it wherever. All right. However, today, based on that announcement, VIP reacted strongly. All right. Maj says that's where the host said I was not an official podcast for Scopely. Well, not everybody's right all the time. Even me. All right. Even me. I'm not always right. But I guess nobody is always right. Nobody is perfect. Okay. But that said, VIP Discord responded very strongly today to the announcement that Voice of the Player was being postponed, or rather, specifically that they are going to restructure them. All right. Doesn't say that that they're canceled, or it doesn't say what they're doing other than making adjustments to the format, moderation, and frequency of these sessions. It could be back next week. I have no idea. All right. I have no part in planning it. Balabom says, and Wilson says, it was deleted. What was deleted? You know, I can delete a room that looks deleted to you guys. It just goes invisible. All right. Dragon Keeper says they removed the room. Probably not. They probably just made it invisible. All right. Which I can do very easily to any room. All right. Well, let me rephrase. If that's what they should have done. All right. If they deleted, if they nuked the entire channel, then that was probably not the correct thing to do. All right. What they could have and should have done was simply make it invisible. Let me ask you a question. The Tarpy, the frequently asked questions channel every single month. It wasn't until very recently that you guys asked me to make them visible. So I kept them visible. But for the longest time, I just made them invisible. Right? Chris says, if nothing else, they made it appear to be nuked. Yeah, that's super easy to do just by shutting down the visibility on it. All right. That's right. Otter says it's invisible based on roles. If you run a Discord, it's super easy. And absolutely. And it would be super easy to pull it back. All right. I do the same thing. I've got dozens of rooms that I have archived that you guys don't see. All right. Mainly because there's a ton of data on our Discord. So I hang on to it. All right. I don't delete anything. It's all there. All right. The entire history of every room dating all the way back to Christmas Angel Fund 2023. UKA alumni. The Server 15 Galaxy chat. You know, that's how this Discord started, Tarpy, if you guys remember. Shout out Captain Bull. He formed it with me. That's right. You weren't here in the beginning.
Nope.
Way back when, 6 years ago, the Talking Trek Discord actually started as the Server 15 Galaxy Discord, hosted by yours truly. It was me. I did it. All right. And then it morphed into this. I still have that chat. I still have Server 15 Galaxy chat, which is kind of awesome. I have Ezo-isms. You guys remember when I used to talk about Ezo? He was one of the original players in my alliance, and he was the original rogue, the original pirate, the first ever.
Let me play with something real quick.
Thank you, Lost Ed.
Oh, jeez.
Dr. Juby says, wait, you have the chats where we make fun of Reed for hours? Absolutely. I've got it all. All right. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's right, Thad. Ezo123. Server 15's original troll. The first rogue. And, buddy, he flew around in his baby jelly just blowing everything up. I remember when Ezo unlocked the Romulan Centurion, and everybody was like, oh, I'm not going to get anything done now. And he did. He hunted. He swept every system. Now, it was easier back then because there was only like maybe, a dozen mining systems. All right? There weren't that many. Yeah, this is back when we were mining 2-star and 3-star. Okay? Before faction space. We were still... When he unlocked the Centurion, he was like the first one who built a Romulan faction ship. That's how long ago we're talking. Game's original troll, at least on Server 15. All right? As a result of, and circling back around, as a result of Scopely's archival, or at least disappearance, of the Voice of the People channel today, that sparked outrage in the VIP chat. Lots of people reacted very, very strongly, including Behringer and his leadership team at IA, culminating in an action here about 20 minutes ago where Iron Armada, IA, the #1 power alliance in all of Star Trek Fleet Command, has now been disbanded. All right, it's gone. As a matter of fact, it has not yet been removed from STFC statistics. It doesn't look like yet. But we have screenshots here from just moments ago where there's literally, I think, one person left in the shell, which actually, I guess, means that the tag is still alive, right? Do they still have... Is the tag still alive then? If there's still a player in it, then the tag is still alive. They could get it back if they wanted to. Oh, that's good. All right, so the guest is the tag is still alive. Okay. Bear is still in there. Bear is the only one that's in it. Well, I wonder if he'll let people back in. I don't know. Bear is still in it. That was the alliance of Rev Deuce. Rev himself was also booted. I saw that here on stage just a little bit ago. Rev was booted as well, and looking for another home now. And it sparked a really interesting conversation because then you get to see the impact of territory, Emerald Chain, a lot of that research, a lot of his ships he showed was dropped in power by nearly $500 million. So yeah, it was crazy. Graduated says Bear's going to have his account deleted ASAP, and I understand that. I understand that that's what he's asking. Why did they disband? Behringer is reacting strongly to what happened in VIP today. Now, whether or not he, is right or wrong, that's for him and his team. I mean, I think the only people that get to frame judgment on that are him and the 104 other members of IA. But whether he, was right or wrong in what he did, let's talk about why he did what he did. All right? Why was he that upset? We need. Okay. So why was that even a situation that occurred today. All right. And that's right, Graduate McKay. It wasn't just Behringer. There were two other, I believe. And forgive me, I don't remember the his Commodore's names. Was it Fetty was one of them? There were two of them, Fudget and Theory. So they all three decided that they were done. All right, and have purportedly uninstalled the app, disbanded the alliance, and have let it go. Now, technically, the IA tag is recoverable if he's still in it, and he has not nuked it. Then it is still recoverable. That makes me wonder if he is going to try to recover it for his team. Like if he was just angry and wanted to send a message. But if that tag still exists and he's still in it, then the IA tag is not gone. Now, if he disbands it, I mean, there is a button for that, Tarpy. If he literally goes in and disbands it, that doesn't require...
Leave your alliance. Your alliance is shit.
Benny Hill, that is inappropriate at this time. They didn't leave because they wanted to, and it's hardly that the number one alliance in all of STFC was a poopy alliance. They, as a matter of fact, I think Tarpy they were the closest to Emerald Chain 30. What, 90%? 90% towards Emerald Chain 30. So they were knocking on the door. However, you can, and actually I don't think I can because I'm not a Commodore, but you can disband an alliance without an account deletion. So the fact that he is still in it and preserved the tag. Oh, Jag has maxed Emerald Chain. Oh, very nice. Okay, I thought they were the furthest along. I didn't think anyone had maxed it yet. Nonetheless, the tag is able to be recovered. And if he purposely did not disband it, then he may still want to recover it, which is actually good news, right? That's good news for his team, is if he didn't abandon it, if he didn't disband the tag, then he has at least had the thought that maybe I'm not going to do this. And that might be good news for his teammates. Listen, if this is the event that has pushed him over the edge and he's no longer interested in playing, I totally understand that. Players hit their breaking points every single day. As a matter of fact, a lot of them have hit their breaking point over the last 45 days. You know, Game Junior says when players get the sense that Scopely doesn't care, and then things happen that are perceived to be intentionally dismissive, everyone has a breaking point. And I don't disagree. All right, I don't disagree. Again, Warbird says he deleted their Discord. That's a little harder to explain. You know what I'm saying? That's a little tougher to explain. All right, because if you were to simply disappear a Discord, you could, but the server would still show active. So if that server is not showing at all, then at the very least he deleted everybody out of it, which is just as bad as nuking it.
To disband an alliance, you have to be the only person in it.
Well, that's where we are.
If he was at the point where he's done with the game, he may have booted everybody, requested account deletion, and not been at a point where he didn't even want to spend that extra 3 clicks to disband the alliance. He's just uninstalled the game and he's done. And the alliance is going to get disbanded in a week whenever his account gets deleted.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to be there. Maybe he threw up a shield and he's in a 20+ system, so he's going to be right for the picking during incursion. I don't know.
For my server.
Wait, you're going against server 20?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
Uh-oh. All right. Yeah. I mean,
so
maybe he's
doesn't
gotten
bode
even
well.
further off the deep end than we thought.
So
Well,
I also don't want to sound too excited to profit off of a bunch of other people's like clear. No, I know. No, I'm being serious. Like,
okay.
It is legitimately awful. Like I'm literally saying, yeah, that's what's already been planned. My server's going against that server, but there are clearly a lot of really, really upset people. So I'm not trying to make light of that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we could still lose, guys. Because we have whales on our server that could be also very, very mad. But it's still, can we also just take a second to think about how much time that it takes to individually remove people from an alliance, to do that 100 times? And
he was for
how
sure
much
upset.
Well,
yeah, he was for sure angry about something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not
granted, you
something,
can delete an entire Discord in like 3 or 4 clicks,
Mhm.
but you can, like,
We all have
if
problems.
he
We play
individually
Star Trek
removed
Fleet Command.
people.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that one pop up. That one didn't even show up on screen. Thank you. So, yeah, Adam says he was very efficient, only took a few minutes. You know, thank you, Savage Darkness. Obviously, he and a lot of other players were very, very upset. All right. Retro Fury says, but to take it out on 100 people that didn't deserve it, that's where there's some controversy, right? And that's where I hold out a little bit of hope, right? That's where I hold out a little bit of hope. He has not clicked the Disband Alliance button. Now, he still could. He also could ask Scopely to delete it and archive it, but he controls that tag. He doesn't need Scopely to disband it. So the fact that it is still there is hopefully a good thing for those players. I certainly understand players quitting, right? Black Sheep says, I quit over this arc too. I'm a recovering Op 70. Hello, Black Sheep. Resilient says, who would rejoin after he booted them? Well, if he's quitting, then there's probably other players that would take over in that management position. All right. There's been alliances that have disbanded, or alliances whose admiralty has quit, and he just hands it to somebody else. So, yeah, he could have left the alliance himself and passed the admiralty on to one of his commodores. Whatever the case is, his reasons are his own. All right. And I have hope for those members of IA for what they've built. All right. That the tag is still intact. And that hopefully maybe he would be able or willing to provide that to his team. All right. Paradigm says lots are joining new alliances and a group started a new alliance. Yeah, but if you could get that shell back, you would go back, right? I mean, just the Emerald Chain alone, right? Emerald Chain alone it's worth its weight in gold. So if he were willing to hand that tag over, then that would be a win for everybody who was in IA. But as Tarpey mentions, you know, there's a lot more surrounding this, including what happened on VIP and this Voice of the People show that has people upset. And then there's people like Dragon Keeper in our chat. And Putz, I'm coming to you in a sec. There's people like Dragon Keeper in our chat who are reading into and interpreting. And that's what we just saw a second ago. I read a statement about from Game Junior about what people perceive to be a dismissal of their opinions and of their feedback when a voice chat is closed down. So we have to consider that as well. What did happen today? Is there a workaround to it? Did Scopely misstep? And is there something that can be done? And then also to answer your questions about the half a dozen or more DMs that I got today saying it was my fault. We can talk about that. We can talk about that too. Potts, go ahead.
Just think about how many alliance tournaments, if they all started a new alliance, a new shell. Just think how many alliance tournaments it's going to take them to get back up to Master League.
It'll take
4.
4. Should take 4.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Jeez. God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hammy has already come out and said it wasn't done well. Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that, especially if their plan was not to delete it. Because even we've seen here in the chat that a lot of people think it's gone forever. I don't believe that to be the case based on what I read. All right. I don't believe that to be the case. But that is something. Yeah, I know I ruin everything. Riker's Vengeance. Is your screen name indicative of the ship that you own in this game? Are you upset? Banished Lord says, where is Nigel? Why is he quiet? I haven't spoken to him. I actually don't speak to Nigel very often. All right. I mean, very rarely, in fact. He's got his own thing. And VIP keeps him very,
He's
very
definitely
busy.
not here.
No, he does not. Yep. He's not here. So he's got his own VIP moderation responsibilities over there. Plus, he's taking on content creation. I don't speak to him very much. All right, very little, in fact. I haven't probably talked to him in several months. So I don't know. Can't answer that question. You'll have to ask him. All right. I'm sure that he's not happy. All right. Balabom says, give VIP back our only voice channel. Oh, thank you, Vic. I appreciate being VIP in your eyes. Thank you. Matt says, I think this might be potentially just tipping point. We've got no G6 scrapping part of the uproar, and I'm assuming you're talking about G5 scrapping. There's also the frustrations with when is G7 coming. And then there's just the frustrations with a failed arc, right? Flashpoint was terrible. Connor's video came out, and that has divided people as well. Some people believe his ingenuity. Other people think it's hogwash. I've actually seen a lot of people say that he shouldn't have recorded the video in a T-shirt, that it makes him seem less sincere and not believable and not representative of a company as a general manager. You know, I don't have any commentary on that, really, to be honest with you. But, you know, people either believe him or they don't, right? Shark Bites brings up a really interesting thing, and this is something that I have received a lot of in my DMs today. So we're gonna discuss it. It'll probably be uncomfortable, but I have never shied away from an uncomfortable situation, and I'll even read you a couple of the DMs that I've gotten today. I think it is because we tried to get Nigel in PAC as the VIP voice. Shark Bites writes. So I have received many messages. Well, not many, probably 5 or 6 messages today about that very specific thing, about PAC. And players seem to be very, very upset at PAC. All right. I'm sensing a lot of frustration. I'm sensing a lot of people who are very, very angry at PAC. I think that there's a lot of misconceptions about PAC. And I have answered these questions before. We've done kind of a limited Q&A on what I can discuss about PAC, but I'm going to open that up tonight. I'm going to let you do that. Okay. As in ask anything you want about PAC. And if I can legally answer it, I will. We've done this, Tarpy, I think maybe once before or twice before, because there's a lot of misconceptions about PAC. People think PAC write the game.
Right. The last time, if people want to go back and look for it, was the night or two before the cruise. I remember talking about it because we were in the hotel that Strider and I were staying in before we went down to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So this was back in mid-February was the last time this really came up.
Mark says, what is PAC? Let's start there. Great question. PAC is a player advisory council. It is made up of a select group of individuals who have chosen to remain anonymous, aside from me. Okay. And Graduated says, isn't DJ in PAC? Yes, I am. All right. I am indeed. All right. Graduated says, I'm not allowed. See, again, misinformation. I have claimed my role in PAC ever since it was launched. All right. I have said ever since the very beginning that I was in PAC. As a matter of fact, I am the only public-facing person that has acknowledged my role in PAC. All right. There are a number of players in there, and they are unpaid players that are in PAC that serve on this advisory council. I am the only one who acknowledges my role. All right. And that was because, see, that's it, Stephanie. Now I can take the blame. And I think that's a part of what happens. No, Graduated, I'm not in VIP. I'm not in VIP. See, there's all these acronyms, right? VOTP, VIP, PAC, all right? CC, MOD. There's all kinds of them. NDA, we got a bunch. IA. PEEL, all right? There's all kinds of letters, all right? I am not in VIP. I am not involved with voice of the player. That's right, Nura. I'm not special enough to be VIP. All right. But for many, many years, I advocated for something like PAC. You can go back to my content from 5 years ago, and I have advocated for something like PAC always, because my belief then is the same as it is today, in which Scopely doesn't fully understand how their own game is played. Okay? They don't. Scopely does not fully understand how their own game works. I think we have acknowledged that multiple times throughout the year. We figure out ways to play the game that doesn't exist. You know, it happens. So I have been working to create something like PAC for many years, all the way back when Panic was the community manager. Do you remember Panic?
Mm-hmm.
Panic,
a long time ago.
Many, many years ago. All right. So I have been advocating for something like that since then. Finally, I'm going to say probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. When did I start talking about PAC being a reality? It's probably been within the last 2 years. It happened. All right. Yeah, Panic before Old Man. That's right, big guns. All the way back then was something that I was trying to do. Okay. Now, Killer Angel says, so why 5 Op 70 in PAC is a valued all player? How do you know that that's what's in there? Because every other PAC member has chosen to remain anonymous. Now, we've talked about this before. Why? It's this right here. Right here. What's happening right now. Right here on your screen and right underneath it. All this chat. Exactly what happened in VIP today. All the chat. Why would you imagine? Why could anybody possibly think that a player volunteering and serving on a role that carries with it some risk? All right? Because, again, look what's happening. People are blaming PAC for the state of the game. I can promise you this. Tarpy, I actually wrote this earlier to you today when we were talking, and I think I wrote it in our showcast chat. Let me see if I can find it, because I thought it was somewhat interesting of a note that I wrote. Here it is. I am on PAC. Always have been. Was a day one member. I've never hidden behind that fact. I've always acknowledged it. I certainly don't control it. I wish it was utilized by Scopely more. And as the only publicly known individual on it, I expect to be targeted when people aren't happy. I expect people's anger when things aren't going well. But if only I wrote the game, it would only suck 70% of what it does now. Oh, damn it. Wrong button. God bless it. I had a great button lineup for that, okay? It would only suck 70% of what it does right now. Okay? Now, here's a great question. I love this question, Sharkbite. Thank you for asking it. Did PAC green light Flashpoint as it was released? We don't get to green light or red light or yellow light anything. We are asked questions. And most of the time, they are relatively vague. All right? Most of the time, they're relatively vague. And we don't know how they're going to implement. As a matter of fact, I have acknowledged publicly that 90% of the data that I obtain pre-ARC comes from my playtest. Okay? And fortunately, there are other players who have been willing to publicly acknowledge their participation in the playtest, like Jules Verne. All right? Not that I'm throwing him under the bus or anything, but he gets to playtest with me. And I'm glad that he does, because he makes you guys such beautiful charts, great data, all the stuff that we love having on ARC launch day. How do we work? How is it played? What's the math? What's the charts? What are the rewards? He does all that stuff. And you know where that data comes from? Golly, I wish it came from game design. Nope. I wish that he were here to jokingly tell you how this is done. Let me tell you what happens. All right? And I don't think I'm violating anything here by telling you. When I enter a playtest, I hit the record button. You guys know that because I've made boo-boos before. So I hit the record button, all right? And then I click as fast as I can. I don't even read it. All right? I don't even read it during the playtest. I click everything. I click every officer, every level to get every stat. I click on every ship and every level to get the bonuses. I click on every refinery. I click on every bonus box. I click on every gotcha. And then I go up and I get the 1 gazillion currency boxes that they put on the testing server. And then I do it all again. And then Jules does the same thing, except we don't duplicate efforts. He goes after this content, and I might go after this content. I'll do chaos tech, and he does officers. And we record all that. And then guess what? Then we play it back and we write it down in a spreadsheet while we're watching our playback at 1/8 speed. And then he gathers everything up and makes it nice and pretty. And we do that in not a lot of time because usually our playtest is merely days before a launch. So, Shark Bites, let me ask you the question. Let me answer your question because I'm not going to dodge it. I just want to give some context. Did we greenlight Flashpoint as it existed? There's no such thing. We don't give Scopely permission to do anything. Okay? No, Rogue Salt, I didn't. I said that my data comes from the playtest, and Jules has publicly said that he playtests. All right? Jules has publicly said that he playtests. He's not ashamed to say that he playtests. All right. So inherently, you could presume that he's not on PAC because I said everybody on PAC wishes to remain anonymous. But Jules does say that he playtests. Read between the lines. Okay. That being said, we don't get to greenlight anything, Shark Bites. All right. At best, sometimes I might be able to catch a bug. At best, sometimes I might be able to influence a change in a bonus or an officer that comes out and I think it's going to be worthless, and we might be able to flip an ability around or change the percentage on ability or something of that nature. All right? That's really it. Guys, I see an arc. All right, you know, I've actually said this. I mentioned this earlier in our cast chat. Rev Deuce doesn't have an NDA anymore, but he still knows more content earlier than I do. All right? Don't ask me how. All right? I know that he talks to people, and I know he still gets data, and that's great. He still knows more. I go through the official channels, and I still don't know what he knows. All right? I usually know about an arc about a week or two before it launches. That's why I come back and say, I would love to see PAC utilized more than it is. I would love that. It's simply not. It's not. I wish it was. I don't get to see that much. All right? I do get to see concepts. For example, I know that they've asked me questions about content that we're not going to see until 2026. All right? I don't know how it's going to present. I don't know how it's going to look like. I don't know what the math is going to be. I don't know. PAC is not what a lot of players think it is. You know? And when I say PAC, again, graduated, thank you, Player Advisory Council. Keyword being advisory. They can choose to counsel us if they want. They do sometimes. They don't other times. And almost always, it's well after the point of no return. For example, here's what I can give you, Shark Bites. Was I originally excited about Flashpoint? Yeah, I think you guys know I was. Because of how it was explained, how it was pitched, what I was told would happen. Now, the better question is, did any of that happen? I think you guys know from my reaction to Flashpoint over the last 2 months, I didn't get what I expected. Texas guy, no, I didn't give you crap for not expecting it to be good. I gave you crap for judging it before it launched. Which in hindsight, okay.
Might have been wrong about it.
Okay. Okay. But I've always been that guy, Texas guy, right? I've always been that guy. I've always said, let's wait and see what it looks like. I mean, that's fair. That's objective. That is professional, in my opinion. I don't think that it serves me. I don't think it serves you guys. I don't think it serves Scopely for me to come out and shit all over an ARC before it launches. I don't think that's good for anybody. It's not good for the game. It's not good for my content. It's not good for my reputation. It's not good for my partnerships. It's not good for anybody. Okay? Texas guy says, you are explicitly optimistic. I am explicitly objective. I don't like to judge until I've seen it. All right? That probably is glass half full because I would like to reserve judgment until I see it. But, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that I wasn't happy with Flashpoint. You know? I think it's pretty obvious. That being said, I want to be really, really clear and say on behalf of everybody who's on PAC, and let me be very clear, all right? I don't speak for any of them. I don't speak for a single one of them other than myself. Okay? So let me be very, very clear about that. But what I will say is what happens in the game is not on them. All right? I can tell you straight up, there are times where we'll make a recommendation that is just straight up glossed over. There are other times where a recommendation makes it, okay? So I'm not saying that it's a completely worthless effort, a completely fruitless effort, because I'm involved, all right? And I have seen it work. I've also seen it fail, okay? And I think that that is Scopely's prerogative. They want to shoot themselves in the foot, they can do that. They want to consult with the experts of the game, they should do that. Okay? They have the capability to do that. They don't always. All right? Part of that problem, I believe, is that they come to us too late. I think that is part of the problem. We don't get involved early enough to be able to make meaningful design change. We don't get to. All right? It's basically an ARC preview about a week or two ahead of everybody else. And I wish that I could do more. Sharkbite says, I'd love to chat privately. I'm totally fine. That's why I'm here, Sharkbites, because there's been a lot of accusations leveled at me today, and I'm not scared of them. All right? I'll deny what's not accurate. I'll accept what is accurate and move on. I know players are angry at PAC. I'm the only one that you know serves on PAC. If you want to be angry at me, but I'm here to tell you, I wish we could do more. We simply don't get that opportunity as often as we would like. All right? However, I have totally admitted when I'm wrong. Let's go back to that forbidden technology and frickin' Neelix, okay? I was wrong. I missed the boat on that one. Okay? I missed the boat on that one. I made I don't want to say I made a decision. I was asked a question. I gave an answer. They went with my answer. Ended up being not the right answer. Okay? Ended up being not the right answer. Months later, by the way, it was the right answer that month. Okay? That's right, Juby. It was the right answer that month, all right? But 3 months later, it wasn't the right answer. Okay? And that's right, Resilient. Ultimately, it is Scopely that's responsible for the game, certainly not PAC. And golly, I wish, buddy, I wish they would do anything that I asked them to do. I wish I had that kind of control. Then the game probably wouldn't exist because I'd give everything away. You know? So I will answer all your all's questions now. No, it's fine. Riker says no one should be mad at me, and it's okay if they are. I accepted that role a long time ago. I'm a very public figure, all right? I also am the only one who has publicly admitted my role on PAC. And basically, the biggest reason I did that is because I am a content creator. I have to be able to justify my opinions and my decisions and my statements. I have to be able to justify all of that to anybody at any given time. Every word I speak is recorded forever. Everything that I say, every statement, every flub up, every mistake, every mistruth, everything that I say is recorded on the internet forever. I have to be able to defend it. I'm used to being able to do that. I am willing to do that. All right? Which is why I was never concerned with my anonymity on PAC. I was always willing to come out and tell you guys what that was and what my role is and even what some of the impact that I've been able to have, good or bad. All right? I'm willing to do that. And so I understand if people are upset. And yeah, I don't think. Listen, I've talked to Shark Bites many times before. I don't think that they're mad at me at all. But I think there is. Right, Shark Bites, answer this question for me. Do you think that your alliance, and everybody you share a Discord with know what PAC is? Do they know that I serve on it? Do they know what it is? Listen, there are players out there that think moderator Jess writes code for the game. I mean, we've seen that before, right? Jess, fix your code. It was a meme for a long time. It was a meme for a long time. We joked about it in the moderator chat, in the content creator chat, that anytime something would go wrong, we would always joke and tell Jess to go fix her code. All right? Because players actually said that to her as a moderator. All right? Vagrant says, I didn't know what PAC is before today. That's why we're going to have this little town hall. All right? I'm sure a lot don't know about PAC. Anybody who doesn't listen to probably my content is specifically don't know about PAC because I'm the only one who talks about it. And I probably shouldn't talk about it as much as I do. But I, like you guys, do feel that there should be a little element of transparency. I will 100% defend their choice to be anonymous. Look at all the anger that exists today. And a lot of it's coming my way, Tarpy, and that's fine. I'm built for it. All right? Other players may not be. Other players might just be trying to make the game. I'm number one! Other players might just be trying to make the game a better place. Other players might just be trying to lend their expertise and their opinions to try to represent people in their alliance or people in their ops range to make the game more palatable. They're probably just trying to help. That doesn't mean they deserve to get shit on by the entire community. All right? So I have talked about PAC as much as I have in an effort to appease some folks because I know that there is a lot of frustration about that. And that boiled over in VIP this week. All right? I believe that a lot of people truly misunderstand what PAC is. And I get that. Scopely's never even acknowledged it. I'm the only person that's ever really talked about it. As far as, I guess, what happens behind closed doors. All right? Cruzito said, but is 6 or 8 players a good enough sample size? Here's the thing. I don't know what the answer to that is, Cruzito. You know, too few people, you don't have a real good sample. Too many people, you'll never gain consensus. You know, that's a challenge. All right? That is absolutely a challenge. So, tough answer, okay? I don't know what the right answer is. I know that we work with what we got. And I know that every player on there cares a great deal. They're very passionate about their positions. All right? And that is true. Yes, that is another good question, Riskbreaker. Playtesting and PAC are two very different things. That is correct. Playtests are open up to all the content creators, all the moderators. All right? I mean, to playtest, you got to have a good handful of people. The playtests are often larger. PAC is very small. Calamastasticini, thank you for dropping a gifted sub into the chat. I appreciate that very much. All right. Victor says in a game of 200,000, there should be 200 on PAC to get a good sample. Where would you ever gain consensus, buddy? You could never even. Do you know how much time it would take just to gather everybody's thoughts? that would be miserable. I mean, that would be really, really tough. All right. Now, again, I'm going to point out, does consensus actually matter? To be honest with you, we all don't agree on stuff a lot. All right. There's pros and cons. One of the principles that we have pretty much adhered to, I believe, is almost everything comes with a pro and con list from everybody. That's one thing that I think PAC does really well. Is something is offered and there are pros and cons that everybody will provide. A lot of times those do align. But there's never consensus. No, take that back. Once in a while when there is something especially stupid, then there's consensus.
Once in a while.
Once in a while, when something is just especially numbskulled, then there's consensus. All right. But almost always there's differing opinions. And why would that be? Why would that be? Maybe because there is a broad sample size of ops levels in there. Maybe because there's a broad variety of play style players in there. There's always, this game is so variety, it would be impossible. It would be almost irresponsible if everybody agreed all the time. You know? Ape has a good point. Advisory boards are not about size. It's about getting representative players to provide a perspective based on their segment. And that, I believe, is done relatively well. Is it perfect? No. All right. But I think there is a broad range there. So I believe, coming back to Vagrant's comments and Sharkbite's comments and other people in the chat right now, that there's a lot of misunderstanding about what PAC does. And we've talked about it very rarely. I know that it's been discussed a great deal here lately in VIP. I have nothing to do with it. I don't even have say in who's on it. I didn't get to pick anybody that was in it. I was invited to be it because, personally, I feel like I was invited to be on it because it was my initiative. But they could have taken the initiative and not invited me to it. That was their prerogative. I was invited to it, and I was glad to be on it. All right? I was invited. I was glad to accept that responsibility, and I've been there. And I've done, I feel, more good work than bad. I've screwed up a few times. Okay? Wing Swept says, how do you join PAC? Is it like G.I. Joe? You got to get G.I. Joe. So sorry. Do you have to get asked? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's not an application process for it. Okay? PAC is not like VIP, Vic. You have to, you do not have to spend $99 packs to get into PAC. All right. Retrieving says, without naming names, can I give demographics of PAC? I'm not going to, just because I'm not going to. I will tell you that there is a free to play. I will tell you that the free-to-play perspective is represented. That is the only thing I'm going to say. All right, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm sorry. Okay? Listen, part of all the angst here over the last few days is free-to-play represented. Yes, they are. Okay? I'll just simply say that. Yes, they are. Okay? Big Gun says, honestly, DJ, it sounds like PAC doesn't do much as you explain it, although that sounds like a Scopely issue not utilizing it. Yes! Yes, I've been saying that. I have been saying that. Tarpy, did I say that?
Like word for word.
Yes. Yes.
Word for word.
A couple different times.
I wish
and
that they used it more.
And Jay, I have to say, as a free to play or I feel more represented now than I ever have in the entirety of the game.
Why?
We have more outlets. There's more content creators. There's just a lot more thought process going into, and I don't think they get credit enough for that.
Who? Scopely?
Yeah.
So
I think
here's the deal.
I know that this is
Go ahead. Please finish.
I feel that you know, with all of the different avenues that Scopely has to get feedback, I feel that they have it. This is the best point in time in any point in time in history to be a free-to-play player. They're listening to that voice more than they ever have.
Okay. I'm going to agree and disagree with certain pieces of that. All right. Do I think that their feedback gathering today is better than it was 5 years ago? Yes. Okay. Yes. Do I think that Scopely does a better job at interpreting that feedback, reacting to that feedback, or absorbing more feedback? I'm not so sure about that. Okay. As a matter of fact, this is going to sound crazy, but there is such a thing as too many outlets of free to play of feedback. All right. Because then it becomes nearly impossible to collate them all. All right. How many times has Beck come on the channel and said, listen, the best place to give feedback, even outside of Talking Trek, the best place to give feedback is in the official Discord under the feedback section. Right? So that is, I think the more varieties of outlet that you have, the more difficult it becomes to collate. Okay? That being said, if somebody is able and or willing to collate all of it, then sure, more feedback is always better. All right? I think, just like the announcement that came from Hearts today, is Scopely is not efficient at gathering and collating all the feedback. And is that a super shocking surprise? I mean, I've said for years that Scopely has a severe inability to interpret feedback. To be perfectly frank, I think Scopely gets the feedback wrong very often. Like super often. You know? So I don't know, Putz. I think that there are more channels and there are more opportunities for feedback to be heard. I'm concerned that feed. You know what? I am concerned. This I can liken myself to the VIP Discord. They are super angry today because they feel like their feedback channel has been silenced, right? They feel like their opportunity at feedback has been cut off at the knees. VIP, am I right on that? Right? A lot of you guys have said that. That was our feedback channel, and now it's gone. You feel silenced. You feel like your feedback doesn't matter. Okay? That is what the central issue is here today. And I know what it's going to sound like is kind of crazy, but this is not a new issue. You had your voice channel shut down. Okay? That's fair. That's what happened. But I would argue that the feedback that you did have was probably about as effective as any of the other channels. Scopely is not good at interpreting feedback. Okay? So I understand and I empathize with your channel being removed. I do. Listen, that would be terrible for me. All right? And so for that reason, individually, taking all other reasons out of it, okay, I am empathetic towards Nigel and Stoney because as a talk show host, as a podcast, as a Twitch content creator, as a YouTube streamer, I can only imagine if my voice channels were taken away. That eliminates the content, right? So as content creators, I empathize with them. I do. All right? But at the same time, if it's not about the content, if it was more about the feedback for the VIP, then my argument would be, was it effective in the first place? If, and it's a big if Hearts is going to revamp this system and make it so that it is better, then that's a good thing, right? again, big if, just like Connor's video, you got to implement. You got to follow through. You got to deliver. All right? So as long as they do that, then maybe we're putting the cart before the horse. But we don't know. Right? We don't know.
But that's the Scopely thing. So, like, there were people that were in that voice channel when they went through and, like, booted them from the voice channel and then deleted it and then posted that announcement.
Well, yeah,
So,
they were actively in a voice chat. It was
Yeah.
ongoing. They literally cut it off right in the middle. It would be like them shutting off my stream right now, which, by the way, they've totally done before. I'm kidding.
which,
It's a joke.
and by the way, like, we're talking to you in a Discord channel that no one else can see unless you have a particular role in Discord.
Mhm.
And on Thursdays, when we do the pod, we intentionally do a stage on Discord so that we can very easily have people listening and can bring them up to the stage to participate. If Scopely wanted to do that, and they wanted to do that on purpose to have the same type of system, they should have left the voice channel for people to just shoot the shit and then made a second stage for whenever their next voice of the VIPs is actually happening.
Mhm.
Because then they could, I mean, how often are there people that are talking that we just talk over each other? And it's not intentional. It's just we can't see each other. We can't see the personal cues to know when the other person's trying to talk. So I can totally see having a stage to more easily mute and unmute people to let them have their moment to shine instead of one person getting talked over all the time.
For sure. We have to do the same thing when we tape a podcast. You know, when we take callers, usually it's Tarpey, who's basically call screening. Have you ever called a radio station and the executive producer's back there organizing all the talking points? And because you guys don't realize how much she works. She's crazy. But, like, yeah, she's responsible for bringing those people up on stage. All right. And she does so. How many people do you bring up on stage at one time, Tarpey?
One, usually.
One. All right. Because that's right. She moderates it. Thank you, Ryan.
That is my job.
That's the perfect description. It's moderated. All right. So I would understand if that type of moderation didn't exist, that they would probably want to, if they're going to use the voice of the player as official content, all right, if they're going to use it as official feedback, if they're going to put Scopely staffers in there to have those conversations and to be guests and all that stuff, which, as far as I'm aware, has happened at least once. If that's going to happen, then let's do it right. Right? I can see them wanting to do that. Again, like all things, the communication fell massively short today. Incredibly short. All right? That's right, Strider. I never listen. All right?
I know.
So
He's right.
Oh, God, Chris. Could it be that voice of the player had fulfilled its original intent? Possibly. Yes, thank you. You win the internet. We've got a beer for you, sir. All right, let me go through and answer a couple of questions. I don't want it to look like that I'm not answering questions, but obviously we're having a good conversation. So let me see. I saw one that asked if, thank you, KJ, has anyone left PAC and been replaced, or has it been the same members since inception? Without going into details, there have been new members brought on board, okay? And there have been people leave. As a matter of fact, well, no, I'm not going into any more detail than that. Yes, there has been shuffling of chairs. Cruzito says there is a misconception about VIP that they only speak for other whales and spenders, when reality is most of it is on behalf of Alliance members. I love that. I wouldn't know. Okay. I would love, first of all, that's the responsible thing. All right. That's the responsible thing to do. If you've got the developer's ear, like I believe that VIP does in a lot of cases, then that's the responsible thing to do. I don't know that to be true. I'm not there. I would love to be. I've asked for 5 years. Been told no. Big Gun says, what was the reason that Scopely gave for taking the voice channels away? Their reasoning for unaliving them is restructuring. Okay? It is restructuring. That is their official response, is that they want to restructure the channel and that they want to bring it back in a different way. Black Sheep says that was not their reason. Listen, I can't speculate. Okay? Again, I'm not there. I don't get to know. I haven't got to listen. I don't know. Did somebody lose their shit in there? Did somebody attack a Scopely employee? I don't know. I can't say anything like that. I don't know. I'm not there. Okay? But the reason that they gave was that they want to restructure it. Benny Hill says, is taking the voice channel that important? Holy smokes. I think it's a principal issue. I don't think it's the voice channel. I think it's what it felt like having what was perceived as your primary spot for feedback or communication taken away. It certainly may give the perception or the feeling that Scopely's not interested in hearing your feedback. All right. At least that is what people have been vocalizing, I believe. Okay. KJ says developer's ear. No, we get the same Q&A as official Discord. Well,
with less gaslighting.
That might be fair. That may be fair. Listen, KJ, my response to that would be official, all content creators, all moderators have one community manager. This has always been something that bothers me, okay? And it's not VIP's fault. I think it's Scopely's fault, all right? General population of this game. How many people exist in VIP Discord? How many would you say? 5,000? 2,000? How many people actually exist in that Discord? Yet there are 5, 6, 7 community managers, okay? There are something like 70 or 80,000 in official Discord. We've got 17,000 here. A lot of those are overlapping, but let's face it, there's several thousand of you who are banned over there. So there's at least a few thousand that are separate. I would say that there are roughly 100,000 players that are in any other form of Discord, yet they have one CM. Black Sheep says half of the accounts in there are dead. Okay, fair. So there's 50,000 then. You want to go with 50,000? Hell, I'll go 25,000. You guys have 2,158, and you've got minimum, 6 CMs? How many moderators do you have? All right. VIP is staffed per capita at an exponential rate compared to general population. All right. Now, CMs are not devs. I agree with that. CMs communicate with devs. All right. To have a Scopely staffer is to have a lot of communication. In that vein, KJ, the CMs are not wildly unlike all of us. Scopely can choose to hear them out or not. All right. Scopely can choose to enact on their reports or not. Scopely can choose to reiterate or not. CMs are not decision makers, but they are a line of communication. Okay? They do have the developer's ear better than anybody would on official or even me. That doesn't mean that the decision makers are listening to them or following all of their recommendations. All right? The community managers are just that. All right? They are representatives of the community back to the company. They just happen to have an internal email address and an internal chat where they can talk to game design easier than I can. But I would hazard a guess that the communication that they experience is not a heck of a lot better than what we get. All right. So I have, though, always maintained that I think general population should have a larger staff. Okay, I mean it should. 1 CM for all of Gen Pop is not appropriate when you've got 6 or 7 or 8 in a Discord of 2,000 people. All right. So I've never really been a big fan of that. But Sherlock Holmes says they also spend at an exponential rate compared to Gen Pop. Okay. I'll agree with that. I won't. All right. There's way more than 2,000 spenders in this game. And I bet you that I have spent myself more than half of the people in VIP. I'd be willing to make that bet. All right. I know what I've spent. It's embarrassing. All right. So I don't think that Discord is representative of a spender class either. All right. So a fraction of Gen Pop uses Discord, Riskbreaker. Fair. But there is a larger fraction. I mean, the official Discord has what? Well, let's say that it has 70, 80,000 accounts. Let's assume half of them are dead. That still puts them at 30, 40,000, right? Is that what they're at? Let me double check. I'm going to look. I don't know. How do I see that without... Oh, do I have to look at an invite? Where are the invites? I never invite anybody to official, so I wouldn't know. Where's one of their invite links? My God, how do I not know this? Does anybody have their... Does anybody have official Discord's invite link? Oh, my dear Lord. Okay, here. I'm going to make one, and I'm going to post it in my Discord, and I'll watch. Everybody's going to think, why are you inviting to official? Here we go.
Tony Pie got it.
121,155. So do we want to assume that half of them are fake? All right, there's 60,000. 60,000.
That's a city.
60,000 accounts. They got one rep. All right. That's a problem, folks. That's a problem. Okay. So, that's a Scopely issue. Yes, engineer, they got one. They got Hammy. And by the way, they sent Hammy into VIP today to deal with Fallout. So it's a terrible ratio. It really is. And I have long criticized that about them. All right. I've long criticized them about that, especially when they've got the representation in VIP that they have. All that being said is that action today was, as somebody said, I don't remember who it was, symbolic that your feedback channel got closed. All right. Or your voice feedback channel got closed. All right. I understand that. So then that leads to what happened on server 20 tonight. Behringer and his leadership basically told Scopely enough's enough. Okay. And bolted. And then booted everybody out of IA. And that's where we are up to this point. Fortunately, at least as of about a half hour ago, the tag was still present. I'm going to check here now and see if it is still there. And it is. Iron Armada is still there. Well, no, this hasn't updated. It's still showing 101 members. So they are... This is not updated yet, so we don't know. We don't know yet. Is the tag still out there? Anybody on 20? I feel bad for Fisty. He was in that alliance. Rev was in that alliance. A lot of you guys were in that alliance. So, statistics take several hours to update. Yeah, I know. Well, I think it takes about an hour. So, anywho, are there other questions of me? Who leaked that Hammy was in VIP today? Shark Bites, I may not be allowed to be in there, but on an eventful day like today, trust me, my DMs were pretty full. All right. Some of them were nice, some of them were not. some of them were not. But it's fine. I was brought up to speed today. What do I think the long-term fallout of this is going to be? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know. That's hard to say. That depends on the resolve of Behringer and his team. Like, is he out, or was this a message? Again, and I'm not calling anybody's bluff. That's not what I mean to say. So please don't take it that way. I am grateful, I believe, that the tag is still there and that Behringer is still in it. Okay? I think that means that, I hope that means that this was a show of solidarity and a show of resolution, that they're not happy. But I would seriously, I would hurt for all 105 members of Iron Armada if 6 years of their hard work went away. I mean, all those Alliance tournaments, all those resources, all those hours and everything spent to contribute toward the Alliance. That would be disappointing, I'm sure. That would be disappointing. So I don't know. Will it shake up Scopely? Honestly, a lot of things should shake up Scopely, and they don't seem to. I don't know. Honestly, my gut reaction, probably not. I hope so, but I don't think so. People leave all the time. Istio is left.
Corin.
Scott Corin. That's, yeah, it was a Ska. Has left. Baba Joe has left. Big Country. Who remembers Big Country? And he left. I don't know, man. I don't think so. So, I don't know. Okay. Bear didn't tell anybody. That caught a lot of IM members by surprise. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it did. And I'm sure that it was a decision that Bear and his leadership made to show how serious they are. All right. I hope he doesn't leave the game. He might. If he does, I hope that he doesn't negatively impact 104 other people. That would be my hope. All right. Snake says Ska hasn't left. He's just waiting for G7. Yeah, but Ska hasn't actively played for many, many months. I know that he will come back. He did the same thing with G6. Like, right? He played, he got to 60, he left for months, came back when G6 launched. So he may do that again, but he hasn't been here in months, so I don't know. There was, who was the first player who hit 70? I can't remember her name. She, oh my goodness gracious, who was it?
Wasn't that Ska who was the first one to hit 70?
I think Ska, wasn't Ska the first one to build all the ships and max the rep? I don't think it was.
I thought you had him on the show because he was the first one to hit 70.
Ska was the first to hit 70. Neo, that's who I was thinking. So Neo was the first to hit 60. Okay, thank you. I got him confused. So Ska was the first to 70. Neo was the first to 60. Anybody heard from Neo lately? I don't think she's been in the game for a long time. So do I think that Behringer's departure is going to shake things up? No, I don't think so. All right. Is Istio still around? I know Istio still chats. Is Istio still playing? I know he's still very active in the community. I don't think he's doing a lot in the game, right? So, I mean, there's... Istio wants to come back when G7 launches, I suppose. I hope so. All right. Listen, I don't want anybody to quit. I want the game to be healthy. I've said this a million times. I want the game to be healthy. I want Scopely to make money. I've said it a million times. I just want them to make money the right way. All right. And making people angry, I don't think is the right way to do it. So, anywho, are there any other questions because I feel like we're dancing around the elephant in the room. Absolutely nobody has asked me the first question that I expected to be asked of me tonight, Tarpy.
Do you want me to
go ahead? Go ahead. I honestly, I mean, I prepped for this. I really genuinely thought people were going to come at me with pitchforks tonight. So please go on.
So why did you ruin everything?
I'm sorry. I control everything. I am in charge of everything, and I just felt like it. Am I excited for next month's arc? You know, that's funny, Benny Hill. That's a hilarious question. I haven't seen it yet. How's that? Okay. Yeah, DJs, why'd you have to piss everyone off? Sorry. I just felt like it today. All right. How long do I have left in the game? Listen, if I don't open it, then later I can claim ignorance, right? I'm totally ignorant. How long do I have left in the game? Listen, I am capable of separating myself when I'm not happy. Okay?
That's messed up.
Agreed. I am capable of. Well, let me answer this question with another question. Do you feel that I have streamed STFC less over the last 60 days, the same, or more? Curious. You think I've streamed less? Okay.
Go Power Rangers.
You were also on vacation for half of that.
Sure. All right. I have been traveling a lot in the last 60 days. That's true. Real life happens. That's true. Still haven't sold enough drugs. Also true. All right. I stream STFC sometimes.
I hate this stupid game.
All right. Gripster thinks it's probably been about the same. I feel like it's been a little bit less.
DJ.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Everything. I feel like it's probably been a little bit less, but honestly, not a ton, because I am trying to adopt. You know what?
So positive.
Shout out.
I'm full of positive energy.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to James Bond. Is he here? James Bond has been an inspiration to me in the last 15 days, 30 days. James Bond here. I saw him in chat earlier. Shout out to you, man. You're an inspiration, and I'll tell you why. You have literally proven what can be done in the game without FOMO. Now, I have said for a really long time that players should just look, make their own decision, but even I fell into it, right? Even I fell into it just a little bit, and I'll buy this or I'll buy that. Guys, I'm here to tell you I've spent far less in the game over the last several months, as a lot of G6 has, as a lot of VIP has, as a lot of players have. Okay? Some have not, but some have. I'm spending far less. Will I leave? That is highly unlikely. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. A, you guys are incredibly good to me. Okay? You guys are incredibly good to me. And I would be disgustingly ungrateful if I stopped representing you guys in the way that you guys have expected, and in the way that we have set precedent here. Okay? Some days, Tarpy will tell you, Griffin will tell you, some days I want to bash my head against a wall. Some days the community drives me nuts. Some days, Scopely drives me nuts. Other days, life drives me nuts. There are plenty of days where I go home at the end of the night and I'm like, I do not feel like it. And that's when I have to take a break. That's when I travel. That's when I play Schedule 1. That's when I play Fortnite. All right? And yes, in my opinion, I feel like I have probably played those games on stream a little bit more over the last 45 days, because I am a little bit frustrated with the state of the gameplay right now. All right. I've been unhappy with Flashpoint since it launched. So that's basically 2 whole months now. Right. So I've been very, very unhappy with the content the last 2 months, and for that reason, I've streamed other stuff. I never want to say the words never, because I believe that I don't believe in making promises that I am physically unable to keep. Okay? And I don't want anybody to read. I don't want anybody to read into this more than what I'm saying. I am an individual who hates swearing. I hate promises. I hate using the word never or always. I don't like that stuff because I don't control that stuff. I could have a terrible accident tomorrow and disappear off the face of the earth. All right. But you're right, old Centaurian. It is my full intent to ride this ship till the very end. Okay? Martok says, should we look for a new game? No. Scopely makes too much money. All right. I mean, we can say that people are spending less, and they are compared to 5 years ago. I don't think anybody can deny that. There's public information that says that. Okay? I think, listen, I don't think players are ever going to spend as much as they did during COVID anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think that all game companies are suffering this exact same thing at this exact same moment in time. The car business is suffering right here and now because they got used to 2 or 3 years of ridiculous grosses. All right, profits. When there was a car shortage and all this stuff during COVID. I mean, buddy, and now things are going back to pre-COVID times, and it's like suddenly we don't know how to behave. We don't know how to cope. We don't know what to do with ourselves because we're not making the money we made 3 years ago. So I think Scopely's in that same boat along with 36 other industries. Do I think they're in fear of going belly up? Not anywhere close. Nowhere close. Is Fleet Command profitable? Oh, yeah. You betcha. Okay? So I do not see any impact on longevity of the game. Let me rephrase. Do I think that Scopely is capable of mismanaging the game into maintenance mode? Of course. I don't think that we are there yet. Okay? I don't think we're there yet. But they do need to be careful. I've said this since July when we did our video. Tarpy, what was the video we did in July? What was the one I did from the beach? I don't remember that.
The one with your teleprompter?
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I did get the teleprompter. I brought it out. I was going to show you guys how big it is because I was going to show you how big it is. It is way bigger than I expected it to be. I don't know how I'm going to do this.
That is not what she said.
So, are they capable of mismanaging the game? Yes. Do I think that we're in fear of this thing going into maintenance mode next month? No. Okay.
How many dumpster fires ago was
That's
that?
a big one right there. That's impressively large. Here's what's ridiculous. I was at the beach the week of July 15th. All right, so we're talking 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
You have a Google Doc for that, right? You can go look and see what it was about.
Yeah. Oh, my God. See, it is when I travel, guys. When I travel, you guys are effed. Sorry.
Dude. Have I ever told you about how shit goes down on my server when I would go on vacation?
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I like to travel. Sorry if it means you guys get screwed in the process. I apologize. All right. Yeah. No more traveling.
Oopsie.
I'm going out of town this weekend. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to deal with it for one more arc.
Oh, no.
All right.
No.
And then hopefully I'm going to Hawaii here really soon. And then, so that's going to happen. I mean, and now Tarpy's trying to get me to go to Chicago. So listen,
what?
Yeah. Tarpy and Strider have invited me to go to Chicago with them. And Putz too, right? Putz and Mrs. Putz are going? Yeah. I haven't committed.
Yeah, you're getting that tiny room with
I have not committed.
all of the pink stuffed animals.
I have what?
That's how it's going.
I haven't committed yet. All right, but I'm trying to see if I can fit it in. All right, Chicago. You want to get shot? Said Juby. No,
I want pizza.
Yeah,
and beer.
Sounds good. Stay on my mountain. Martok is going to hire armed security to keep me on my mountain. All right. So Chicago, what date? Friends want to know so we can see you. Yeah, either that or you want to take me out. Okay.
Wait.
Somebody might want to just like end it all. Just take me on out since I destroyed PAC and destroyed Voice of the Player and all that. I destroyed it all. It was all me.
And everyone will just blame Chicago, so it's perfect.
When do we get to start talking about the cruise? I'm counting down to February like crazy, says Waffly. Very soon. We're actually, I didn't get anything done on that today. I actually was going to work on that a little bit today.
You need to do that.
I know, but things keep happening. Okay. Commander Taylor says you destroyed it. Wow, did I miss something? Oh, God. Let's start over. Okay, see, what had happened was, all right, what had happened? I'm kidding. All right, well, thank you guys. Oh, to answer the question, no, I don't plan on going anywhere. Okay, I have every intention
Except Hawaii.
I have every intention on riding this ship until she closes down. All right, can I explain why I got blamed for Voice of the Player? I mean, sure, I guess if you want me to. Let me find it. So I received many messages today, like 5 or 6 messages today that says it was me. That I am threatened by Nigel and Voice of the Player because that was the official podcast and I wasn't going to be anymore. So I'm doing everything I can. Matters. Show some respect. So I'm doing everything I can to stop him. Even if you have nothing to do with this today, I will see to it that people blame you. VIP blames you. I'm paraphrasing. VIP blames you because they were finally being heard and improvements were being made because of Nigel. And now this today shows tone deafness and malicious intent on your part for silencing the VIP Discord. Let's see. We need drastic changes. Fire whoever put you in charge. I wish I was in charge. Fire whoever put you in charge. Remove PAC from your control and remove control of the content creators for you. You are not for the players. You care only about power and grift. I don't even know what grift is. What is grift?
Well, grift is like a con man,
words.
like
okay.
Like you're doing something to skim off the top for your
own. Scopely pays me greatly. So I make a lot of money.
You realize that's going to be taken out of context for the rest of time, right?
That's why I'm saying everything is on the internet. They can listen to, there's no context. Anybody can listen to anything. Clip it. All right. Running a con is a grift. All right. Well, I mean, what am I conning? And why am I still here if I was? I would be retired by now if I was. Let's see. What else did I get?
You're putting
if I don't open it, then later I can claim ignorance, right? Yeah.
You're putting credence, DJ, into this because, I mean, the person that said this or whatever.
Well, there's been a few.
Well, yeah, but specifically the one that was like, "Hey, I don't care if you have nothing to do with it. I'm gonna do everything in my power to blame you." Like that's
right. I thought that was a little harsh. I mean, but that's just it. Like I have owned everything I've ever done, right, wrong, or indifferent. I truly have. I've made mistakes and I've owned up to them. I've told you guys when I've made mistakes before. If I've made mistakes in judgment, guys, do you not remember? Now, by the way, it was a better iteration, but do you not remember about 3-4 years ago when I rewrote, I was consulted and got to write a new Doomsday Worm event? Okay. Now it was better than what it was the first time around, but it was still Doomsday Worms. Okay. It was still worms. Okay. That was not one of my finer moments.
DJ's has worms.
That's not what I said. Okay.
You had worms.
Stupid worms. The Texas guy. The game has been worse than it is today. Yes, we were doing worms. All right. So Sharkbite said it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I have never said those words to DJ. Yes, that is correct. It was not Sharkbite. All right. So yeah, no, there's a few of those. I've got a couple of other screenshots. And again, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I really, to be honest with you, it makes me feel better that this is not a prevalent opinion, because I really truthfully expected chat to be very angry at me tonight. I really did, because that I was led to believe that this was like the narrative, is that I torpedoed it. So I'm actually pleased that chat is not. They haven't heard that today, because I was led to believe that was the story and we were sticking to it. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to talk about this because I didn't do shit. It wasn't me. Danny says, do you want us to? Hell no, man. Hell no. All right. Benny Hill says, DJs, I don't give two F's about this. Well, I did. All right. I didn't want the rep. All right. I didn't want to be blamed for it. But and then IA happened, and I'm like, oh my God, I really don't want to be blamed for this now. So Trickle says, we don't give you that much credit. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. All right. Completely ignore me. It's all a figment of your imagination. Hey, Booty. What's going on? Booty. How you doing? So anyway, what happened with IA? So their leadership today is sending a message to Scopely, and they disbanded the #1 ranked alliance in all of Fleet Command, the entire galaxy. It's gone. Well, it's not gone, but they kicked everybody out. There was 105 members, and it's down to 1. So, anywho, no, you guys are making me feel actually a lot better, so thank you. Outlaw says you couldn't be blamed for something you don't have access to. That was what I was kind of saying. I've actually asked for VIP access many, many times. Many times. I've always been told no. All right? For the first time, I'm glad. So, yeah, that's right, YO Wonder. Sub top 20 content creators just don't have that kind of pull. Fair enough. Server 20 versus 30 incursions tomorrow. That should be lively. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know. The Tarpy will be able to report on it. I have no idea. Shiz says, yay, PAC lives. Yeah, PAC lives. Yeah, sure does. Uh-huh. So let's see. KJ says, and yet somehow get super angry DMs.
Oh no,
Who,
I
me?
said that. No. So what KJ said was there was nothing about you in over 800 messages on VIP today.
Oh, thank God.
And I was like, at the same time, you still get a bunch of angry DMs.
Well, I don't want to say a bunch. I did. Like I said, it was only about 6. So, I mean, normally when something happens, I'll get dozens and dozens. I've had 100. I've had more than 100 before on things. Today, I got these, but I mean, I did take it a little personally because I am involved in PAC, and I am the only public-facing member of PAC. So, you know, I was a little bit concerned. And then, like I said, I was kind of led to believe that this was the ongoing narrative. And for the record, KJ, I don't have access, so I can't look at all the messages in VIP. I couldn't figure it out. I wouldn't have been able to figure it out for myself. But I was led to believe it was a bigger deal than it was. So that's that actually makes me feel better. There's Dr. Juby telling me it's 100% my fault, and he's the one perpetrating the rumors. Thank you so much. You're such an asshole. It's Dr. Juby. It's Dr. Juby. This is what I'm talking about now. The communities are being pit against each other. I blame Scopely. Their handling of the situation certainly has not been ideal. Okay. But it's also, this is like the person versus people mentality, or horde mentality, or riot mentality. I mean, there's a lot of rumors out there. Like, let's do quick fire questions, because I actually saw some. I actually saw a bunch here a little bit ago that okay. You don't have to ask the questions again. I'm going to answer a few of them that I saw. Has G5 scrapping been canceled? Was not a topic of conversation today. Has G7 been pushed back? was not a topic of conversation today. None of this has anything to do with what happened today. All right. So for anybody to say that this is what they heard today, that I don't think was a piece of anybody's conversation today.
But yes to both of them anyway.
No, I did not say that. Jesus Christ. Strider says communities are choosing to do this Cruzito. Response has been terrible to a bad Scopely choice. I see. That's what I'm saying, Strider. I think that there's a riot mentality. Everybody is angry, but they're not entirely 100% sure why. Listen, VIP is angry directly, but the people who are angry on behalf of VIP don't even know why they're angry. You know, they're just mad because VIP is mad. All right. And I think that when we group up like that, we've got to step back and be able to make our own decisions, right? We've got to be able to form opinions and have reasoning, pros and cons to everything that we do. Is VIP rightfully pissed today? Yeah, I think so. All right, absolutely. But they were directly impacted. What about somebody who's not in VIP, who was not directly impacted? Should they give two craps? Well, maybe they should, about the principle of the thing or the symbolism of the thing. All right, but were they personally harmed today? Probably not. So was there a reason for this person to send me that, who, by the way, is not on VIP? That person who directly messaged me doesn't even exist on the VIP server. So why did they need to send that to me? You know? But then again, like I said, I was told by other people that it was a bigger deal than it was. So anyway, why did Matters say that? I don't know. What an asshole. That's just what he does. All right.
Proof.
Oh. Shiz says people
He's
are mad
our
about the
asshole.
VIP situation and for some reason attacking one of the few other channels for player feedback. Well, no, that's not why they're doing it. They're attacking it because I think that there's been a focus on PAC, a severe misunderstanding about PAC, and I'm the obvious face for somebody to target PAC. I'm the only one that they know about. So I think that's what it is. I think there's been frustration with the game, misconception about how much influence PAC has, and I'm the only one who's admitted my role on PAC. So that makes me the target. Count DeVille says so there's room on the VIP server now. Well, I don't know. Wouldn't know. Don't ask me. I've never been able to get in there. Big Gun says, but like you said, riot mentality, whole community is pissed off, and any excuse to tee off at any given moment is being shared. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do think the community is a powder keg right now, and that is on Scopely. That is on Scopely. So they got to be careful there. So, anywho, what is PAC? That would be the Player Advisory Council. So, Sapphire, that is a group of players who Scopely will sometimes consult with on game design decisions or metrics, scoring, whatever, something that they might be working on. They will sometimes talk to us about it. They will take the feedback and sometimes act on it and sometimes not. So, but there's a lot of mystery around it. And I think a lot of players are very frustrated by the lack of transparency, which they're looking at it from one side, you know, saying we want to know what's going on with PAC. And I understand that desire. But at the same time, PAC remains anonymous for their own protection in a situation exactly like today. You know, so I understand both sides of that coin. You know, I was willing to take that risk of being the public, you know, being the only one that would publicly admit to being on PAC. I was willing to do that because I felt that some transparency was important there. And I agree that there is some transparency important there. Identities don't necessarily need to be one of them if somebody doesn't wish it. All right. But I did feel like some accountability was owed to the people and that some transparency is owed to the people. And I talk about some of the things that happen there when I can and when it's appropriate to do so and not other times. So I do what I can, but I will always own my decisions, and I always come out and talk to you guys about what has happened and what's been acted upon and what hasn't been and what my opinions were, whether they're right or wrong. I've been wrong more than once. So protection from what? Afraid a mobster is going to come throw them on the back of a Lincoln? KJ, you say that, all right, but people are kind of vicious, man. All right, people are a little bit vicious. Look at today.
Have you read Official?
Have you been on Official Discord? All right. I mean, dude, some people are not. Some people are crazy. Let's just put it that way. Some people are crazy. Retrieving says, who is Nigel? Player, Scopely staffer. He's a player. He's a moderator, a volunteer moderator. He's a moderator on Official Discord. No, VIP Discord, right? Does he do
Yes.
he do anything on Official? I know he's in VIP. Does he do anything on Official? Okay.
No.
Okay. Stay off Official. It's not worth the grief. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't go there very often. I only go there when I'm tagged, and it's usually a great meme making fun of me. All right. I only go over there when I'm tagged, and then I'll read the tag, and then I dip. Once in a while, I'll respond, but usually it's just a meme making fun of me. So if you're not banned from Official or you even living, I've been banned from there a few times. I have been banned a couple of times. Well, timed out, I guess is the more appropriate term. So, but yeah, no, we have a large population of our audience that is banned over there. So, you know what I'm saying? Now everyone's going to tag me. I mean, I always read it. I do always read tags. I've got all my Discords essentially muted except for tags. So I almost always read tags. So timed out does not equal banned. Very different. That comes from Kinky Jesus. I agree. You're correct. All right. See, I've been timed out. You're banned. I get it. Okay. Got it. Sorry. Too soon? I'm just teasing, by the way. I know you've tried to get unbanned for years now. Kinky Jesus has been banned for years. They won't let him back. They won't let him come back. Oh, wait, you are back in there? All right, I might be getting you confused with somebody else. I thought you were the one that's been banned for years. No? You behave an Official? Oh, well, then it's definitely not you.
Was that Toxic Jesus?
It might have been Toxic Jesus. Maybe. It was definitely a Jesus. All right.
Man, there are so many fun Jesuses.
There definitely was one. So
Toxic, kinky. We need more fun Jesuses around.
God. Oh. Anywho. All right. Well, in that case, then it's after 12. I work tomorrow. I was not planning on streaming tonight, and then just everything hit the fan. So I decided to come out and talk with you guys a little bit and answer questions and talk about what I know and do the things. I'm not going to stay online if you guys don't have any more questions or anything, because I've actually got a lot happening at work tomorrow. I've got 2 different Ford reps coming tomorrow. The owner's coming tomorrow. Mrs. Boss is coming tomorrow. And I've got a floor plan audit tomorrow. So that's all happening in one day. So I was going to try to get up and go to work early in the morning. But now here I am. Shield incursions. When did incursions start? Oh my gosh. Jonathan!
Tomorrow.
Okay, he only got 2 scoops. He only got 2 scoops. Oh yeah, that was a healthy scoop. Okay. He only got 2 scoops. All right. So I'm shielded for 22 hours. Is that long enough? No? It'll be fine. All my ships
are you sure?
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. I'll be on tomorrow.
Are you sure?
Am I in a level 20 system? Let me check. Nope, I'm in a level 1 system, which means I have not relocated my base since the last incursion. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Super active, right? What is this?
Oh.
What are you screenshotting me?
No, my phone just glitched on your face doing that. And it's just like you're just glaring at things.
I am. That was probably when I saw that my base had been cracked. Here's what Tarpy just sends me. As Tarby just sends me, he says, "Hey, my screen got stuck on this face." It's a nice, pretty face, I think.
I didn't say that.
I said it. Don't worry, it's fine. I said that. Okay. Any other question? Hey, what's up, R&T? How you doing? Good evening. Welcome in. I think that we're probably good. This ended up being a nice conversation. I might upload it to podcast. Or no? Should I? No. Maybe. We didn't do any like sound alerts or any craziness. We just talked. So maybe I'll. Benny Hill says no. Don't put it on podcast. Wolfwood says I would not.
I think.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it is or not. That's why I say I have to own everything I say. If I said something wrong tonight, I gotta own it. There's no hiding from it. I never get to deny anything. There's always evidence. All right. That's why it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm fine being, this figure that people can be mad at or take out of context or whatever. There's always a clip,
Can you maybe wait like 48 to 72 hours or something like that, and then see if there's any updates, and then just put a sound clip at the end and say, hey, future DJs just coming in to say that here's what happened with IA and we feel really bad for their players or something like that.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's fine. Executive producer says no go. So we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now.
Yeah, it's a keep it, but let's just give it a couple days and see if it will be really, really bad to have posted it.
Riskbreaker
So
says
maybe in a few. Yeah.
Riskbreaker says I lose a lot without video, but we didn't do anything on video tonight. That's why I was actually considering the pod, because it's literally just been a conversation. I've done nothing on screen tonight. Literally nothing. I haven't. Here. You want to see what I've got on my screen tonight? All of my shields are. All of my ships are dead. My junker is somewhere grinding something. I'm in a level 1 system. And I've got 22 hours left on a shield. So, well, thank you, Neb. We love your party face. Thank you.
I think the topic is important to have like a record of it, but I don't think immediately posting about other people's distress is the best looking thing to do.
Well, that's fair. I'm sure that, and like I said, that's why I hold out hope that the tag is still intact. You know what I'm saying? That the alliance is still intact, and I hope those players have an opportunity to retain it if they so choose. Listen, the alliance may decide in a show of solidarity to let it go, in which case I fully support it. You guys do whatever you want to do. If you're unhappy with that and wouldn't have made the same decision, I understand that, and I hate that that your admiral was cornered into a position to feel like he had to do that. And I hope the best for everybody, including Behringer. I hope that he and Scopely come to terms and he comes back and everything is fine. I mean, that's the best for everybody, right? That's what I want. I want the best for everybody. I just, I don't know what's going to happen. And at this moment, I'm just glad that the tag is still intact. I hope it stays that way for everybody's sakes, so we'll see. I don't know. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, wait, it looks like I got SOS for breakfast. I ate Quaker oatmeal squares this morning for breakfast. It was delicious. It has updated on STFC.pro. 2 people in the alliance. Well, at least the tag is still there. So, I mean, if there's 2 people in it, at least it's still there. Okay. Any other questions? If not, then we'll bounce. Is there anybody online? And by the way, thank you guys all. I think at one point tonight, Tarpy, we had almost 500 people. So thank you guys for tuning in, and if it wasn't interesting to you, then I apologize for that. I did feel like it merited conversation for all reasons today. And so if it was an interesting conversation, or if there's something I can do to help or share information or put people at ease or explain my role, I will be happy to do that. But if there's nothing else, then we'll probably get ready to bounce on out of here. Let me see who is online. We've got, let's see, Val Dudes is on tonight, DJing. Mellow Monday. Zero G's is on doing arenas, which you've got about 35 minutes left in that. Jason V-Neck is on doing arenas. And Bafty is playing horror games, and V Nolan is just chatting. Game Junior said, if you're taking suggestions, what's your suggestion? Why
He wants a cruise.
Oh, yeah, me too. It'd be great. I want to go on one. I want to go on one just for fun, like now, like next week. It'd be good. Shiz, thank you for doing that. Thanks for holding the stream and discussing things. That's what community does. So thank you. I appreciate it. Quazel said, missed all the fun, it seems. It was not fun today. Today was not a fun day. But once we end the stream, you'll be able to watch the video playback and see see what did happen today if you weren't sure what was going on. Caledon says, I don't know, bro. That was 0500 a lot of days. What? You guys are talking
Breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. Oh no, I don't get up that early. Close. I get up at 6. Get up at 6. Bear Butt Al's going on a cruise next week. I'm very jealous, man. Sneak me on. Hey, Doug. Thank you for the 37 months resub. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Danny says, no, it was good to talk this out and discuss. I think so. Okay. Well, I see nothing else in chat. Let me turn on a song, and we'll get ready to raid out. That's the energy. That's it, Tarpy. We got it. Let's go. Let's see. Just read on another Discord. You're right. Not fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not fun. Not fun today. Okay. Where are we going? You guys, let's go to Jason. He's doing arenas, and we haven't rated Jason in a few weeks. You guys want to go see V-Neck? That's what we'll do. Okay. Good night, Benny Hill. Good night, Shiz. Good night, Zerg. Good night, Maximus. Doug. Wolfwood. Appreciate you guys all. Wait, Scopely just released a new event at midnight?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what did they do? All right, hang on. Let's take a look. What just launched?
VIP voice chat. Heroic event.
Matters.
Yes.
What is this? Star Trek Day? Daily goals. Collect final daily goal milestone for 100 points. Do it for 12 days. Score a bunch of Officer Depot tokens and a Federation Day avatar. Is that what you guys are talking about? That one seems easy enough. Do dailies for 12 days in a row?
Oh.
So, in other words, it makes sense that it started at midnight because that was daily event reset. It works out to a free epic. Let's count it up. 45, 55, 64, 72, 79, 85, 90, 97, 100,000 Officer Depot tokens. How many shards is that? 100,000 Officer Depot tokens.
25, isn't it?
25 shards. 25 shards. Well, I mean, hey, just for doing dailies, sure. Is that what you guys are talking about? Let's see if there's anything else in here. By the way,
are you going to be able to get that one done?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Probably not. Did anybody reconsider on these? I haven't yet. I still haven't. People.
So is there an overflow? Or like not an overflow, but like
A buffer?
there's like 14 days. Yeah, buffer. Words are hard. I've been talking since 8 a.m.
Looks like you got to do 12, and there's 13 days. So it looks like you could technically miss one day.
Is it 13 days, 23 hours, or is
No,
it
it's
13 days?
12 days, 23 hours.
Okay, so you can miss one.
You can miss one. Yeah, because you need, I mean, it's 1,104 points for the top milestone, but there's nothing that gives individual points. So that's weird. So basically, you need 1,200 points to hit the top milestone. So, yeah, you need 12 out of 13. How do you get that Star Trek Day thing, Night Diver? Just doing dailies. Collect your final daily goal milestone. So that would be this one up here. Daily goals. Collect this one. There's a hidden trigger in here. I mean, honestly, yeah, Paulo, I'm not necessarily unhappy with that. Just doing dailies, 25 epic. That's all right. Is there anything else in here? Syndicate contract event. I saw a lot of people very, very angry about this today. And I did actually take a minute to talk like matters what we had talked about the other night. And they still didn't think it was worth it. And again, I don't think it's like outstanding super worth it, which is why I haven't done it yet. But I think some people are missing what actually comes in the $100 pack. I think some people are still looking at the $25 pack. And obviously then it's way not worth it. But if you look at the $100 pack, there's still some value there, possibly. Paulo says, DJ's attention. For the first time, they started that event before anyone could collect their daily. Oh,
right.
Yeah, they started it. Yeah, before anybody could have missed one. Yeah, no, that's possible. Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. That's probably why it launched at midnight, was to coincide with the daily drop. Daily events. I am way behind on ahead of the curve, like super behind. That's because I haven't played much. So I'm
behind the curve.
Yeah, I'm behind the curve. I'm probably not going to be able to make it up. Let's see. Let me do this one very quickly. Spend some fleet commander points super fast. Let's get that quick 100 points. Shanada says, how can I watch the VOD? I missed all the fun. It'll be up literally in minutes. As soon as I end the stream, you'll be able to go back and watch the VOD. There we go. We'll do that one. Boom. And boom. That should be enough. I think I needed 300 skill points on that one. Should be enough. No, con works. Con works, guys. Relax. See, looky. Con works. I know, Webster. I had to be very careful. Like, super, super intentional today that I didn't dox anybody. I almost did. Many times. Almost. Yeah, see, look. Con points count. It doesn't say cons points count, but they do. They count the same as an uncommon skill point. Wait a second. That's very interesting, the way that's worded. By the way, yes, con points work. Okay? Just throwing that out there. They totally work. So you can do it, and it'll be fine. Wait, Bearbutt says the $99 pack is gone again? No, they did not. Are you kidding me?
You have to check in the web store, right?
Yeah, but you guys said that they fixed it for mobile yesterday.
It did.
No, it's it's gone. What?
Uh-oh. You had to get it on day one. Now it's gone.
You know, it's just...
You know what it was? Is we were sitting here and we were talking about how valuable it is, and someone from Scoplay listened. They were like,
That's
oh my gosh, we're giving them way too much stuff.
It's just not necessary. This is just not necessary. Why do these things? This is why people get frustrated. Listen, all four events are still up. I can still buy the day one pack. I can buy the day two pack. let me buy the $100 pack if I decide. What if I got busy yesterday?
That's messed up.
It is messed up. What if I just got busy yesterday and I didn't get a chance to do it? As a matter of fact, Miners, we even talked about it. We said, listen, I got 4 days to decide. Guess what, Scopely?
Yeah.
You just made the decision for me. All right. And I mean, listen, I can be professional and objective when I say that. You just made the decision for me. Without that $100 pack, there is 0% chance I buy these tickets. I will not buy the $25 packs. Period. Plain and simple. Hard pass. I'm out. All right. I got busy yesterday. I was busy today. And I knew I had 4 days to complete these events. I was going to think about it later. You just made the decision for me by removing the $100 pack. I'm out. There is 0% chance that I will buy the $25 tickets. 0%. That's unnecessary. That is unnecessary.
It might be back.
It
is
be.
event reset.
It should be back. All right, but that was unnecessary. Removing that makes no sense. It's a 4-day event. Let somebody do it on day 4 if they want to. Riskbreaker says, what pack? Yesterday, there was a $100 pack up, which actually provided considerable value. I actually defended the Syndicate pack yesterday by quantifying everything that was included for $100. All right? But today it's gone. Now the Syndicate Seal event is completely garbo. If you had to do it for $25 a ticket, it's completely garbo. Riskbreaker says he still sees it. How? How? You see the $100 pack? No. This is not Riskbreaker. This is not the, or 867. This is not the Syndicate Elite pack. We're talking specifically, there was a Syndicate Seal pack for $99. It had 200% resources, materials, and Sigma in it. We did the comparison yesterday on Stream Matters. You guys can see it.
Last night.
Last night, you can see it for yourself. All right, there was a $100 pack up, and it was a 200% value pack. And that's why I had originally defended the Syndicate Seal event. It was ticketed, it was paid, but if you were going to spend $100, it was a 200% pack. But without that pack, if you're going to pay $25 for one event, then all the value is gone. Forgotten Sex says, I still see the $100 pack. Show me. Forgotten Sex, show me on Discord. Because I didn't buy it. I don't have it. Make sure, listen, Forgotten Sec, it was in the Syndicate Contracts tab. Are you shitting me?
I have it.
Bullshit.
I have 2 $25 ones. I do not have a $100 one.
Okay. Yeah, no. You should. That's what I see is 2 $25. But yesterday, there was the day one $25 and a $100.
Yeah.
Forgotten Sex says, I still see the $100 pack. Under Syndicate contracts, you see Syndicate Seal for $100. Because I'm not talking about Syndicate XP Elite. I'm talking about Syndicate Contract.
Ice Wolf.
Ape says he still
hasn't
has
been
it.
eaten by bears.
Wait, seriously? You still have it?
They just took yours.
Guys, it's here. But he's in web store. There it is. Syndicate Seal Pack, $100. This is what we're talking about.
In the web store.
This pack right
I'm
here.
looking at the web store.
This pack right here was a 200% pack, and it included all 400 of the tokens. It actually made it worth it. Well, now I got to check online. Hang on. See, now
But
why?
I'm looking online.
Why is this happening? Scopely, fix this. This is what I'm talking about. Attention to detail. Attention to detail. Cross the T's, dot the I's. Let's go. Come on. Got to do better. This is what Connor said we're going to do better at. We got to do better.
Can we add something from the store for them to do better on? Just give me all of the packs between $9 and $50 as the options for the weekly packs. Stop cycling and have it $9 one week, $20 next week, $50 for 2 weeks. Stop changing the stupid things.
Mine's gone. Here's my web store, Tarpy. Mine's gone. I don't have it.
How is it messed up for some people, but not?
I didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. I'll prove it. I'll prove it.
Well, I believe you.
No, I gotta prove it.
In the web store, people, it is supposed to be predominantly in the web store.
I don't have any.
I had a guy in my alliance just yesterday who was asking about the, or 2 days ago, I can't remember, the treasury pack. He couldn't get the rods to open up his treasury.
Shark bites.
Pack wasn't there.
Shark bites blames pack. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. It was completely under my control. I did it. I just said, hey, let's just see if we can take the attention off of Voice of the Player today, and let's put it on the Syndicate Seal Pack. And obviously, we're going to jack up the web store and just see if anybody happens to notice that. And that way, it'll deflect. It'll take a little bit of heat off of VIP today. No way.
Seems fair.
Unbelievable. So how do some players still have it? Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, look. Right here, this one is Forgotten Sex. He still got it. Huh. I'm in my web store, Count DeVille, and I do not have it. I'm in my web store right now. What's your Syndicate level? I mean, Forgotten Sex and Op 70. I'm assuming you're 55 plus, right? Well, I know it says 1 day special on top, but still, why does somebody else have it on day 2 and I don't? Forgotten Sex says
they didn't check the store until today?
No, Forgotten Sex says just cleared cache and now it's gone. So it was only a 1 day pack. All right, fine. If it was a 1 day pack, why? 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 That makes no sense.
Why? So Forgotten Sec, I know it says 1 day special, but where's the cooldown on the pack?
No, he just refreshed. He just cleared his cache and now it's gone. He's only got the $25 pack.
Oh.
Yeah, so he doesn't actually have it. So it's gone. It's legitimately gone. It was a 1 day early bird special. Now, I get it, Riskbreaker. I'm fine with that. I usually defend those things. That's fine. Early bird, 1 day special, day 1 buy. I get all that stuff. I get that. What is the benefit of doing that? Because I might have thought about doing it. Listen, I'm the one, me and Matters are the one that did the math on this thing. The math held. If you were going to spend $100 on a pack, this math held. Okay? As far as resources, materials, and Sigma speed ups, the math was there. It was 200%. Matters, we did the math. We did it on screen. It was a 200% pack. Yeah. Ape says no benefit. Well, no, there was. If you wanted resources, materials, or Sigma speed ups, it was a 200% pack. All right, so that would have been the benefit. If you were going to spend $100, it was a 200% pack for resources, materials, and Sigma speed ups.
Yeah.
Did they announce it in game that it was going to be 24 hours?
I have no idea.
Or they didn't announce it at all, right?
I feel
didn't announce it at all.
I feel like there's no benefit to pulling it. I mean, it was a 4-day event, and the events can be completed on any 1 day of the 4 days. Let me do it when I want to do it.
Let somebody buy it when they want to buy it too.
See, I don't understand that decision. That's not. Gripster says so. In the USA, it was $100 yesterday. Individual ones today are $25. Exchange rate screws us. Yesterday the pack was $150. Today the packs are $41 in Australian, so it's $164 for 4 tickets instead of $150. Well, yeah, that's unfortunate too. Well,
can you just do your magical talk in the dev Discord and say, "Hey, bring this pack back"?
You're right. I should do that. I'll take care of it because I control everything. They all work for me anyway.
Thank you, sir.
I'll take care of it. I got you guys. Okay.
That's not what I meant. But.
No, I know. That's why I side-eyed into the camera. I at this point I question my influence on anything. All right. Yeah, that's right, Omega Prime. There's no VIP voice to talk about it now. Oh God, Scythe, that's actually really funny. I meant to share this with you guys. Hold on. Since you bring that up. I know I keep trying to leave the show and I don't. All right. So he says, Scythen says, "Good night, DJs. Hope you didn't get into a lot of trouble playing Power Rangers music yesterday. Stand by. Uno momento, por favor, because I did. Oh, it was hilarious, actually. Let me see if I can find it. It's in a different email. Let me click on this button here. Okay, here we go. Where'd it go? Here we go. Video cannot be monetized, which we expected matters. Copyright content has been detected. Hold on. I'm wondering how much of this email I could show because it's funnier if you guys get to see it.
Does it give you a number?
I'm making sure I don't dox myself. Stand by.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No. Okay, we're good. Yep, just making sure. Okay, it looks like we're good. All right, so here's the email I got from YouTube. Copyright content has been detected in your Sunday chilling with the Power Rangers. Visibility not impacted, but that's good. I just can't make any money off of it, which I rarely do off YouTube.
What is wrong with you?
Everything. I rarely make any money off YouTube because it's impossible to make money on YouTube. Anyway, so we have show opening. We have Go-Go Power Rangers. We have Go-Go Power Rangers, another version. We have 9 extra claims. Yes, I got copyright stricken on 12 tracks that we played yesterday.
That's it.
12. Now, funny about that is matters literally less than an hour later. Let me see if I can find this email. Less than an hour later, I got this email. Now I'm struggling to find it. Where is it?
What? You can't find the right button?
Here we go. Okay. So actually, crazy enough, this email came. It was less than an hour later. Okay. I got my copyright email at 12:34. Oh no, this was at 12:34 a.m. So it was like right after midnight. So basically, soon after we got offline, August 25th, 12:34 a.m. Then August 25th, 1:21 p.m. As an Epic content creator, I was given a 7-day break effective today, August 26th, for Fortnite Festival Season 10. So I've been given a 7-day license to use any music from the jam tracks on Season 10 of Fortnite. So as an Epic content creator, I get to play Gorillaz music for 7 days.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't start until August 26th. And I got copyrighted for Fortnite on August 25th. Oh, funny stuff. So anyway, by the way, it still wouldn't have worked for any of the Power Ranger stuff because I'm only licensed to play Dare by the Gorillaz and Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. Those are the only 2 tracks that I'm allowed to use. So I still would have gotten hammered because I'm not allowed to use the Power Ranger stuff. So funny anyway. Yeah, this was that email I got. Let me make sure. Okay, good. Yeah, this was that email I got. So, does that work for Studio B? No, I'm allowed to do anything on Studio B, but Studio B is a music channel. I don't think I'm allowed to game on the DJ channel. Not allowed to game on the DJ channel. Go power demonetization.
DJ on your game channel.
I cannot DJ on the game channel.
Because your name is DJ?
No, I cannot DJ because of music.
Name. That's your name.
Music copyright.
But your name.
I can't play music then. Is that?
Lies.
Oh, I can't.
Your name is a lie.
Well, the cake is a lie. Also. All right. Let's.
Yeah, the cake is always a lie.
Gotta go. Somehow we still ended up going to 1 a.m. I had a heart out.
No, you didn't. You never said that today.
All right, let's go say hi to V-Neck.
You never said it.
You're right. You know what? I kind of did. I said I was going to be out an hour ago, is what I said.
No, you never said it.
All right. That's it. Let's go say hi to Jason V-Neck. He's got 9 minutes left of arenas. We're out like a scout on a new route. Let's go see what he's got going on over there, okay? Go enjoy arenas, everybody. I thoroughly enjoyed my arena day. Month 3 without playing it. All right. You guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow is the plan. We'll see how it goes. Good night, everybody.